All right, I'm mad late, but I lost my tarot cards, so I was looking for them. I'd taken them out earlier, and then I don't know what I had did with them, but they happen to be literally underneath this stool that I have over there. But anyways, it doesn't matter. So this is a tarot forecast for the full moon that's going to be in Gemini on the 12th. So on Thursday. Now, this full moon in Gemini is going to be in 19 degrees, from what I understand. Matter of fact, let me get my notes real quick. Pardon me. All right, so it's going to be in 19 degrees, right? And it's also a full moon that is the last full moon before the what's up, people's healer. It's the last full moon basically before the eclipse season. That's the karmic cycles. All right. So the eclipse season, last eclipse season was on that opposition between Cancer and Capricorn. So I didn't look it up, but damn, yo, I'm about to say something and it may not actually be correct. So you know what? I'm actually going to double check, and I do apologize, but I was thinking that this eclipse season, I guess, would be Gemini and Sag. But in general, eclipse seasons are very important because they basically they remove a karmic cycle from your life. And I explain this in other videos too. So during the time of eclipse season and even just before, there could be like a sense of, you could just feel it. The energy is more potent. You can tell that something is changing, whether it be the way that you feel, your surroundings, and the way they're interacting with you. You could just feel when it's coming. Eclipse season. Eclipse season. Boom. Damn, I wrote 2029. I meant to write 2019. So, anyways, astrology. I apologize, but I want to make sure that I'm not giving out incorrect information. Oh, okay. It's still in that same. It looks like so far, at least for the new moon that's going to be on the 26th, it's still on that Cancer Capricorn energy. So god damn, we still facing those issues. So again, this is dealing with your public reputation versus your home life, your home security, your comfortability, the comfortability you have within your own body. I always say this. A lot of people, when they speak about Cancer energy, they always want to mention, okay, it's about your home. No, the first home you have is your body, like how you feel inside of your body. Remember, you're a spiritual being taking on a physical vessel. How comfortable are you within your own physical vessel? And that's on an emotional stance and a physical stance. That's where the opposition of Capricorn comes in. Capricorn rules like your flipping bones and your skin and stuff. So, that's the structure that is providing like your physical vessel. I don't want to get too deep. It's a tarot forecast, but I wrote some notes just to make sure I remember some stuff. So when this full moon does come about, there's supposed to be an interesting aspect. Conjunction. It's a triple conjunction. There's going to be a Venus conjunct, Pluto conjunct, Saturn. This is tough. All right. This is tough because it's gonna bring up old insecurities in which it could have been times we felt like we didn't have enough financially speaking, or it could have been where times we didn't feel like we were enough for a love partner, or we could have been also giving these energies out to others. It depends. It could be circumstances where we made other people feel this way in the past, and now it's weird. It's like it's the opposite. Now we feel that way. Now other people or another person or another environment is making us feel as though we're not enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting the way that's manifesting at this time. In addition to that, it was difficult. So this could be connected to things like unrequited love. On a positive tip, though, to be completely honest, this is a time to recover from those issues, because a lot of the times our past circumstances of feeling unrequited love, or feeling like we weren't enough, or feeling a sense of not being worthy enough, we have the opportunity now at this time to release those negative emotions and feelings, and now replace it with feeling a sense of worthiness, and thus attracting the proper relationships, and also being able to perceive our circumstances as it relates to love, partnerships, just our sense of value in general, in our experiences that we are having at this time, as more positive, or at least seeing it in a more pure state without the negative emotions and feelings from past experiences disrupting the actual reality of our circumstance, like the judgment of it. So that's what's important now at this time, but it's going to bring up these past situations, because at the end of the day, Venus deals with your love, your sense of value, your sense of self-worth, and the things that you value. So the things that you find to be appealing. So a lot of times this is like romance and stuff, and money. And then when it comes to Pluto and stuff, Pluto could bring up insecurities and feelings of not having. This is going to be where there could be issues of not feeling worth it enough, or something like that. Then you have Saturn. Okay, these are all in that 19 degrees. They're all going to be in this 19 degrees. So you have Saturn energy now also conflicting with this, because Saturn makes you feel limited. So there's a feeling of limitation because of past feelings of not having. Hey sis, what's up? Past feelings of not having, past feelings of feeling a lack of, which is same thing as not having. But like, my point being is that this now becomes crystallized. So we cause these issues. It's interesting. And this is what I always tell people. This is what black magic is. Black magic is not things that people think it is, like people really cast it as spell and stuff on you. It's what you allow for people to make you feel, and thus you now stay within a state of insecurity, and now you've created a block for yourself. That's what happens. You build that yourself from what you participate in, the people you allow to control you, to influence your thoughts and your own sense of self-worth. So it's important to really know, like, who you're messing with, who you're around, and make sure that you're being fed the right information. Not saying be around somebody that's just going to tell you good things all the time. That's not good either, because that's a lie. You just got to be discerning. You have to have good discerning skills. Virgos usually are good with that type of stuff. They got like the best discerning skills, because they can see the details in practical form and reality. But anyway, besides the point. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on at this time. A lot of the reason why I want to do, like, focus a little bit more on love in this particular forecast is because of that conjunction with Venus, with Saturn and Pluto, because Venus has to do with love. So I feel like right now a lot of love situations are coming up at this time. A lot of love situations. I mean, like, I was driving to the supermarket earlier today, and for some reason I just randomly thought about like some sad shit, like like I randomly thought about some sad shit, like as it relates to past like love scenarios and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, it's the Venus Pluto Saturn conjunction. Like, Venus is in Cap, Saturn's in Cap, Pluto's in Cap, and that's what's coming up. So it can be a little bit of a painful time for us, but it wasn't extremely painful for me. But then again, we're not exactly at the full moon, but I think no, we're not exactly. So yeah, I don't know, maybe the day of it may not be as pleasant, but I feel like everything is just a memory, and we just learn from those past experiences and just kind of like see it for what it is. And it just kind of can make you laugh. And I don't mean like, everything's funny, but if you really go back and see why things played out the way it had, it kind of is like, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. And I'll actually give an example for this too, just so people could have something to kind of relate to. Like in my particular circumstance, my last like real relationship, right? So relationship, I mean, in terms of it having like a label, like you would call this person your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So mine was in 2016. It was actually ended in May of 2016. And that was like my last real relationship. And I remember I was pissed off because this was when I was graduating, like my graduation was around this time. And I was mad because Obama actually came to our graduation, and he was like the person who was going to speak at our commencement. And pretty much I mentioned this because I had got a ticket. I had got the certain amount of tickets for the people that were coming. And now I'm getting pissed off because see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a Venus conjunction with some rough energy like Pluto and Saturn. Like I'm actually getting a little bit upset, and I don't want to disrupt the tarot reading, but just know that the relationship ended when I was graduating and I had a whole extra ticket. I don't even want to go there. All right. I don't even want to go there. So anyways, no hard feelings. It's all good. That's Saturn too. Saturn and Capricorn could be some hard feelings. Pluto and Cap, hard feelings. Like being embarrassed in love. These are all the things we're getting over right now at this time. So I'm going to be starting the tarot forecast. As usual, I'm doing it. Well, not as usual, but pretty recently. I started doing it basically by the elements. So I start with Aries, then I go Leo, Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Then boom, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. No. Yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I thought I didn't say Taurus for some reason. So, and then, the rest, air, and then water. So, Aries, this is your motivational tarot forecast for this full moon in Gemini. All right, let's see. This reading is an extra focus on like love and partnerships and just like spiritual growth pretty much. So for Aries, all right. So the first card here we see for Aries is the Lover's card. So this is card number 6, Archangel Raphael. And also too, Gemini is connected to twin flame energy oftentimes. Just because it's the twins, the sign of Gemini is literally twins. So the symbol for it, it's like an evil twin, and then there's like, the good twin apparently. So anyways, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. So this is about like your balance in partnerships, fairness within partnerships and whatnot. Card number 6, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Working on balancing partnerships. All right, Spirit, can I have the rest of the divine messages for the zodiac sign of Aries? So we got one card that just flipped out. I cannot see it yet. And we're going to keep that pattern for you, Aries. Let's see. Spirit, what are the rest of the divine messages for Aries? Sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, by the way. Okay. So let's see these cards here that you received. Looks like you got the World card, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups here. So let's see what's going on. So for Aries, it looks like there's definitely some new structures coming into your life, new organization, and this gives you the opportunity to be able to kind of establish new relationships, or at least add maybe a title to certain relationships, or to rebalance, reorganize your relationships and your partnerships. And you are going to be able to feel the most sense of motivation if you participate in those energies, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So, because that's where your energy is right now. So as long as you start focusing on your partnerships and whatnot in various arenas in your life, especially as it relates to whatever your like reputation is, perhaps. So let's say that you have a partner and you have a business with this partner. This is a part of your reputation. Let's say you have a partner and you have a child with this partner. There's going to be a need to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? If it's business, you need to focus on the inventory, how, like, you know, the business should be structured. That's what's going to help maintain motivation rather than having temporary motivation. You take your motivation and implement it in these things. It's going to give back more inspiration and motivation for you to move forward. You also have the Six of Swords here. So if you have been going through a difficult time, maybe you're moving on from a difficult situation, maybe you're moving on from some sort of structure, something that made you feel like you couldn't do new things, or maybe there's new things coming in that you don't necessarily agree with, and now there's a need for you to move on. And at the same time, you know, it looks like at this time, if somebody's returning, or particular people are trying to communicate with you, or particular people are trying to come back in your life, you're not really in the mood to take on those offers or those opportunities with the Four of Cups here. So maybe you're more motivated in balancing the masculine and feminine principles within yourself. Maybe you're trying to do a independent type of partnership right now, if it's related to business, maybe. You know, I'm not really sure exactly, but with the Four of Cups, like, you're not interested. So it's like, it seems like your balance is between yourself, within yourself. On the other hand, maybe you have a pattern of being like this, and at this time, there's a need for you to kind of move on from that situation so that you can have more even and fair partnerships. So again, at this time, you're motivated to balance the partnerships within your life because there's some sort of new structure, new organization coming into your life that's giving you the opportunity to restructure your partnerships, your relationships, and also the emotions and feelings within yourself versus the way that you assert yourself directly or in a more masculine way. So that's for Aries. Prepare for your exes and stuff to maybe try to contact you. So yeah, good luck with that. All right, so I'm going to be doing Leo next. So this is Leo sun sign, Leo moon sign, and Leo rising sign, by the way. And feel free to speak freely on the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's mostly for y'all rather than me. You know what I'm saying? If I ever leave anything out, I don't have like that type of ego. You can kind of say whatever you feel that I left out or something like that. Just don't be speaking on here if you don't know what you're talking about, though. But, you know, people like the People's Healer, he does astrology videos, so he kind of knows what he's talking about. And when I say kind of, that's just like a saying. Like, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to astrology. So just putting that out there. you know when you just have an itch, like you know somebody says something, you know they left something out, but you kind of don't want to disrespect them or something like that. But you're like, should I tell you? Like, nah, I'm not like that, yo. Go ahead and say it, as long as it's respectful, and whatnot. Go ahead. Like, I just don't want no negative energy. That's all. So, anyways, Leo, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. This is your motivational tarot forecast for this full moon in Gemini. Whoops, that's 2 cards that fell out by accident. Okay, Leo, chill. You gonna get your reading. All right, Spirit, what are those divine messages for Leo, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign for this full moon? What are those divine messages? All right, Leo. So the card that popped out here for you looks like it's the High Priestess card number 2, Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So you could be kind of behind the scenes gathering up information or insight on things and just kind of holding back before you actually directly assert yourself. And that's pretty much where your motivation is linked. This is pretty much a good energy for you at this time because is Mars still in Scorpio or is it in Sag? Let's see. Current chart, planets. Yeah, Mars is still in Scorpio. Yeah, Mars be moving kind of slow, to be completely honest. But yeah, Mars is in Scorpio, so you know that behind the scenes energy kind of makes sense right now at this time. Anyway, Spirit, what are the rest of those divine messages for the zodiac sign of Leo? Okay, so this card wants to pop out here. Let's see what else. This card. Okay, so let's see. Boom, you got the Lover's card, you got the Sun card, you got the 2 of Swords here. So let's see. So similar to Aries, but different. You know, you're balancing out partnerships. So you could be kind of looking at things more behind the scenes. What's up, Shadows in Space? How you doing? Oh yeah. So yeah, let me get back on my track because I'm telling you, with this Gemini energy, Gemini could make you like all over the place, which I'll go over after. So anyways, I don't want to get too distracted here, but like Leos are trying to balance out partnerships too. But you're positive about this. It's weird. It's like there's things you're looking at behind the scenes, and this is making you feel more positive about things. And it's making you want to almost show off your relationships that you have currently right now. Leos want to share the light. Like, so if Leo is in a relationship or they have like a friendship or something like that, or a partner, they're kind of more open to giving them the light at this time. Like showing the person off or giving attention to. But at the same time, there's like a decision that may need to be made, or there's something that's not really being seen or something like that. Like something is something needs to be understood more intuitively. Because the end of the day here, like you got the High Priestess card and this 2 of Swords. These are connected cards because they're dealing with the number 2. So that's what I'm saying. Partnerships are very, very significant in your life right now, and your values are very important to you right now. What's happening right now is you're paying more attention to the things that give you a sense of vitality, but specifically as it relates to your partnerships and the things that you possess. So that's what's keeping you motivated. Like you're feeling a sense of motivation, and you're coming out of the darkness as well right now. So if you've been kind of hiding out and doing things more behind the scenes. At this time, you're kind of ready to entertain things more out in the open. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. Yeah. That's 226. 246, yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So that's pretty cool. You're definitely tuned more into like your playground energy. So when you're a child, you're just like playing with your friends and you're just enjoying that friendship and that bond. That's how your energy is like right now. You may be an adult, obviously, but it's like you feel a sense of like, okay, innocent childhood type of energy. Like I can vibe with whatever it is that you're doing right now. So you feel connected in that sense. And yeah, definitely tuning back in with a sense of vitality, and your intuition is more open right now at this time as well. So your third eye, you're more connected to your third eye right now. Seeing things that are hidden, you're able to connect with it more intuitively now and less superficially. So you can see behind the superficial stuff a lot better now, which is great. And yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for this reading. And you definitely should be motivated in relationships right now. Like you're very lucky in that area at this time. Okay, so I'm gonna do Sagittarius next. So what I was trying to say about this Gemini energy right now is like Gemini energy is connected to Mercury, right? So your memory could be kind of jacked up, like your short-term memory. That's why I'm like, oh shoot, because earlier today when I was at the grocery store, I don't even stay at the grocery store for long. I'm in and out. Like I literally go in there, I do my shopping, and it's less than 10 minutes. But for some reason, when I came out, I was like, yo, where my car at? Like, and I felt kind of embarrassed for a second because I'm like, damn, people probably gonna be looking at me like, why is she just standing here? So I just try to play it off like I knew where I was going, but I didn't. But I found it, like eventually I saw certain things that I remembered passing by, and I was like, oh yeah, my car's over here. But it was weird, like I just completely lost that memory, and that doesn't happen to me really. Like I was in the store for like 5 minutes. It was weird. So anyway, Sagittarius, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. This is your motivational tarot forecast for this full moon in Gemini. So, yeah. All right. You got the Justice card, Sag. So this is card number 8, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So right now, I swear, I know I've been saying this every tarot forecast, but Sag keeps getting the Justice card. I don't know why. Like, what is going on? It's weird. It's like you steady keep getting the Justice card. So, it's a lot of balance coming into your life, court decisions coming in. And these are the things that will be affecting your life right now at this time, because justice has to be served right now on a karmic level. But no, less on a karmic level and more on a physical level. Like on a karmic level, that already kind of, I don't want to say, okay, my bad, I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I meant to say, on a spiritual level, this already been happening behind the scenes. Like now it's kind of coming out physically, like you could see it actually being expressed in reality. That's what I was trying to say. All right, Sag. All right, so the first card here is the Page of Wands. I know I do everybody's reading differently, but it is what it is. So anyways, you got the Page of Wands. So you're tuned more into your assertion, but it is quite innocent. You could be focusing on like your physical body or something like that right now this time as well, or dealing with a child, a person younger than you. You could be kind of impulsive right now this time, so be careful because you got Justice card here, so everything is being judged. You got the Six of Cups. So things dealing with children potentially. So if you got like a child or something like that, you could be dealing with that with the law. But you know what? At the end of the day, what I'm seeing on a motivational level is that you kind of just need to be more motivated to get it done. Like you should be happy that these things are coming up for you to actually deal with. And it could be positive or negative. It does not matter. At the end of the day, you know, we kind of like to just hide from things. And right now, the universe is giving you an opportunity to just not be afraid to just deal with these situations so you could just flip and move on with your life, literally. You got the Moon card here. You're releasing fears and insecurities currently in your life right now. Okay, so there's energy coming back from the past. You have past situations where you could have felt inadequate maybe as a child, or you're actually being more motivated and confident in your own curiosities and assertion towards the things you want to do right now. In the past, if you felt held back from the things that you wanted to assert yourself towards, you're now having the opportunity to release these fears and to release these insecurities and these worries. And to be able to assert yourself, you know, towards those things that you wanted to do since you were like a younging, since you were like a child. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to be able to do that stuff. Other Sages may be facing a situation where their past give and take, like, you know, since you were a child, there is like an imbalance in your relationships. Like you're, you know, since you were a child, it's like you were kind of not having fair relationships. This is like, you know, you're on a playground playing with the sand, you know, sandbox, and like somebody came and ruined your castle. Like you just put that castle together with the sand. Some kid just went over and just like tilted it, tipped that whole shit over. Your castle's ruined. Or maybe you did that to another kid, like bullying and stuff like that, possibly because of like some kids that were just impulsive, had like impulsive behaviors or something like that. Also releasing childhood issues right now at this time as it relates to an inability to kind of be balanced in relationships. And like now you're able to actually be more confident in like addressing situations and less like being insecure and not sure and then doing like weird stuff because you're not sure. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is now being released. I think that's all really I see from this reading in particular. Just, you know, making things right is what I'm seeing right now, which is like a typical Sagittarius thing, but it's like that's really what I'm seeing with the Justice card and stuff too here. Making things right in your relationships and stuff, and in the things that you wish to assert yourself towards. All right. So now we're on to earth signs, and I'm going to be starting with Taurus first. So Taurus sun sign, Taurus moon sign, and Taurus rising sign, all right? What are the divine messages that the zodiac sign Taurus needs to receive at this time? Taurus. All right, Taurus. So, oh, snap. Taurus. I bet you Tauruses are trying to speak more or something like that. Trying to speak more, trying to like, I don't know. I don't know why I felt like guessing what Taurus is doing. All right, let me be quiet. Let me see. Let me allow spirit to guide me. All right, yeah. Okay. All right, so Taurus also received this justice card here. So again, card number 8, Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. So with Taurus, you're trying to balance things out in your life too. You could be facing certain situations in reality of like past things, like different things could come up involving the law or just like anything. Like, a court situation is really just like two people dealing with a certain circumstance. So that's all it really means is like you're dealing with something as it relates to another person in your life, most likely, or another circumstance. So it could be involving like money or something, especially since it's Taurus, and Taurus pretty much has to do with money, possessions, and resources. But let's see. So I'm gonna do one more shuffle, and then we should be good. All right. One card popped out, another card here. And let's see what else for Taurus. What you doing? What's going on in your life? All right. So Taurus, you got these you got a King of Swords here, you got Chariot card, and you also got that Queen of Pentacles here. So what's going on at this time for you is, whoa, chill, because you got a lot of court situations. You just have a lot of people in your life right now that could be influencing the way that you see things. So you have this one person, could be an air sign individual, could be yourself. These are the type of people that be asking a lot of flipping questions. Okay, if it's somebody you're interested in a love situation, then it looks like this person, you may not know that they like you, but they actually do. The way that they express it is they ask a lot of flipping questions. These are usually your air sign people, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini type of individuals. Oh yeah, so what kind of car you drive? Oh, okay. Is it a 4-wheel or what is it? Damn, yo, I can't even talk about cars. I don't know shit about cars. I should have chose a different thing. What is it called? Like an all-wheel drive? Like they just be asking all these questions. And it seem like it don't make sense as to why they're curious about that. But for some reason, they'll link it to something as to why they asked you. Like it's weird. These are your air sign individuals. But this could also be the person who's judging a situation. This could be the judge. If you are facing a court situation, you could be the judge, which I strongly feel like Tauruses are the judge right now. For some reason, the judge position is in your hands at this time. You got that in your hands, but it's like this decision that you can make, it could potentially ruin a relationship maybe or something like that. But at the end of the day, you're confident. You're confident in what you know and your intellect at this time, and you are moving towards victory with the Chariot card because of your sense of confidence. So you feel pretty good about the information that you can receive, or at least like if you went on an interview or something like that, it's like at this time you have the ability to communicate really well. If you're trying to get a loan, you may get approved at this time, to be completely honest. I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like literally, you got the justice card here for somebody making a decision, like a judge, and then somebody to approve something for you possibly. And the approval is likely because the Chariot card is here. So, and then you got yourself the Queen of Pentacles here, which is like an indication of like resources, possessions, you know what I'm saying? But the Queen of Pentacles would be connected to Earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus individual, or this could be yourself. You may finally have the possessions and the resources to actually go about the things that you want to go about at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like you actually thought about it in your head and you've judged the situation well. Maybe you wrote it down, calculated it. Like like an accountant or something like that, like you have skills like that and you were able to realize, okay, I could do this, I can go after this situation, and you're motivated to move forward with that type of situation. So that's what I'm seeing for Taurus at this time. And now I'm going to be moving on to Virgo. Virgo, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. And also for the Taurus, that was sun, moon, or rising. So yeah, Virgo. All right. So let's see what's going on with Virgo. All right. So Spirit, please provide me some insight as to what the divine messages are for Virgo at this time for this full moon in Gemini. What's going on? All right, this card wants to pop out. So let's see. I know that's not no. Let me stop. It's not terrible, and not in this deck. All right, so we got the Hanged Man, Virgo. So card number 12. It's connected to Archangel Gabriel. It's an awakening card. So a lot of times this could indicate a period in which you feel like you don't really have to act upon things so much because whatever you've done, you're transitioning out of a situation. So spirit is pretty much doing the work right now at this time. I'm gonna read the card. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So that's the card that was received here. 12. So some Virgos could actually be dating like a Pisces or something like that, or they could be kind of connected to a person that has that type of mannerisms or behavior, because card number 12, this is a Pisces card anyway. Pisces are used to like being the Hanged Man, or the awakening card, in other words. All right, Virgo, what are the rest of these divine messages for Virgo? All right. All right, we got Queen of Cups here. Yeah, my cards all flipping out all perfectly except for this one. All right, so this is the 9 of Wands here. Queen of Cups thus far too. So like I said, you could be dealing with a water sign person, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. They could be on guard though, or on edge or something like that. Or this could be like yourself. It just depends. You got 7 of Swords here. So with the 7 of Swords here, there could be like missing information, like left out information or miscommunications, or this could just mean scattered energy, like things seem to be all over the place. It doesn't always mean something bad. On a more negative side, these are people who are, I don't even want to mention this because I don't want any misunderstandings, but it's just like these are people who are not really stable at all. Like they're all over the place because they have like an ulterior motive behind what they're trying to do. Like they want something so quickly that once it don't work, they just go to something else. And so they leave a lot of things behind. On the other hand, there's somebody in your life, you're interested in them, but you're on guard because in the past, they might have cheated on you, or you, for some reason, it's like you scared that this person is like dishonest, or they like play around or something like that, or they like you have fears of people not being faithful in relationships is what I'm seeing, or you're dealing with somebody like this. So it just depends on your situation. But you know, with the Hangman here, there's a need for you to kind of like sit back and just kind of sacrifice in relationships. So there's a situation where you either have to just let go and actually try the situation, because there's no way you can actually find out if this person is really like that or not. So at this time, there is an extra sense of inspiration in just letting go and allowing this sort of love in your life at this time with the Queen of Cups. Regardless if you are on guard or on edge or whatever, it's like that's the energy you kind of need perhaps right now. Or what I'm seeing is with this Seven of Swords, this is like a weird card to come out right after. Like, I get it, but it's like weird because it's basically like you're on edge or the other person's on edge because of some sense of things not being clear, miscommunications, things not being understood, something in the past was left behind, like, things like that. That's what I'm seeing. Lies, deception, possibly from the past, especially because I'm tying in the full moon in Gemini in those aspects that's going on too. So a lot of this is from the past. People not telling you everything, they're leaving out details. Forgot the details. Things like that. Like people just leaving out information. They tell you some things, but it's like, oh, wait, but what about this? What about that? And see, because look at Seven of Swords, yo. That dude looks sneaky as heck. If you can't see it here, type in Google, Seven of Swords, click images. You'll see, like, this dude just kind of just puts down two swords, and then he just, like, he out. And it's just like, wait, where all the other information go? Like, where the resources at? A lot of Virgos are on edge because in the past they dated flipping people who stole stuff, like behind their back and stuff. So now they're actually transitioning away from those type of people with the Awakening card, the card number 12, because you've sacrificed yourself for so long to the point that you've now gained spiritual growth to actually like attract better people in your life. So that's good. But damn, a lot of Virgos face situations with some manipulative ass people, like people that be full of shit. But you're transitioning away from that now. So good for you, Virgos. All right. Where are we at? Capricorn. Capricorn's next. All right, so Capricorn, sun sign, Capricorn moon sign, Capricorn rising sign. Yeah, I'm telling you, I only be singing about like things that I either seen in the background, which I feel like that's everybody, or literally like my own experiences. But it's weird. Most of it is my own experiences, but it just be on a less exaggerative like way. Like I exaggerate things a lot of times. I've made a song literally about a chess game, and it sounds like a real battle, but it really was based off of chess. I still haven't put it out because it sounds like something rough happened and nothing happened. It's just a chess game. So anyways, Capricorn, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Like I was mad because this dude actually cheated in chess. Like I used to play this game, don't judge me, Chess with Friends. It's an app on iPhone. I don't know, it could be on Android too. And this dude, like, he cheated. Like, and I found out because I was like, how does he keep getting my pieces every single turn? Like, it was just too perfect. Like, everything was just like, boom, boom. Like, and I had just started playing, but I'm a quick learner. And I'm just like, I don't have an ego or anything. I had no problem winning or losing. But it was like, I kind of had only a little bit of an ego because there wasn't many girls on that app. So I kind of felt a little special. And then I have my name, Guru Jojo. People were pissed off. Like, I be forgetting my name kind of subconsciously influences things. And like, it was distasteful for some people. And whatever, I guess this guy didn't like my name. And the way I looked, I had like this picture where I'm like, I have like a little bit of a cocky pose, but it was just like a joke. And I don't know. He cheated. I know he cheated. I looked it up. I Googled it. I found out he cheated. The game ended up exposing him. Like, so the app is actually kind of upgraded to the point that it actually says eventually when somebody cheats too much, it actually exposes the person. So it ended up saying like, I forgot what the message was, but it ended up saying like he cheated basically, and the game it just ended. It just ended, and I remember I made a song off of that. Like, so, anyways, not besides the point. Back to Capricorn. I'm sorry, Capricorn. Speaking of the ego, card number 15, ego card here. So, Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So, for Capricorn right now, this time, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, this is just really connected to some sort of limitations or boundaries that you may be feeling only because you're allowing that. So at least in the past, you're allowing it, or someone around you is bounded. They could be having some addiction issues, or they could be very dependent on someone or something. And at this time, this could be changing possibly. Let's see what exactly this has to do with this ego card. So, Spirit, can I receive the rest of those messages for Capricorn? And this is actually the Capricorn card, by the way. All right, Capricorn. So, first card, Ace of Pentacles. So there's some sort of new opportunity coming towards your way. Okay, this comes towards you when you release those boundaries, restrictions, and limitations. In other words, if you have any addictions or anything that you're dependent on, overly dependent on, everyone has addictions, all right? I flipping eat pizza, Domino's every goddamn week. It's not limiting me necessarily though, because in the end of the day, it's $5.99. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could afford $5.99. It's not a problem. So if you're limited by things that you can't necessarily afford and stuff, it's time to let those things down because they're blocking your energy into being open to taking in better and new offers that are coming to you right now at this time. You should be very motivated to release right now. You also got the Four of Wands here, meaning that some sort of celebration may be coming up or some sort of showcase. So maybe you're going to be attending an event. You're excited about that. Or maybe you're trying to see if you have enough money or resources to be able to partake in this situation maybe. So you also receive the Death card here. So with the Death card here, something in your life needs to be transformed or something ended abruptly. And you would be kind of informed about this already, most likely. So there could be something where you depended on a particular person or a particular environment or a particular job. And now that job maybe is going through a transitioning in some way. And maybe you're getting like a new position that offers more money or something like that. Or maybe you're now having a stable position as a result. You could be a little bit afraid because maybe you depended on what was there before that's now gone. Make sure that you understand that you don't need it. Like, you got this. You're good. You could do it kind of on your own. You're Capricorn. Capricorns, they're all about rulership, government, structures. Capricorn energy, Saturn energy creates the structures, the laws on the highest dynamic or the broadest dynamic. On the more smaller dynamic, this is like your managers, this is your bosses, this is your bones, as I was saying, your skin. You know what I'm saying? These things, they cover and protect things and help everything else to function. So Capricorns a lot of time play out these roles in their life. They could be very good at work or directing or something like that, or people depend on them for like information and resource or something. So maybe that's what's going on. Like normally people depend on you for resource and information or for setting things up with the Four of Wands, but you no longer want to participate in that, or for some reason people are no longer coming to you for those things, and it's kind of like a shatter to your ego. You could also be getting over only feeling like your way of doing things or your way of directing or your resources are the best. You could be getting over that kind of mind state at this time, or even just being limited to one particular type of resource. Maybe you're going to be open to more things as you're transforming at this time. So that's what I'm seeing. As it relates to love, if there's any relationships that are holding you back or any relationships that you're feeling limited towards, it looks like those limitations are going to be washing away or changing. At least you're not going to feel as limited at this time because you're going to be attracting something that's going to help you to remove those limitations. Maybe you want to get married at this time and now you're finally doing it. Or you want to get a house with a person. Like I'm feeling like a housewarming energy or something like that you may want to show off. Like maybe you couldn't afford one before and now you can. Others were expecting to do something in a relationship, like maybe build a home or have an apartment or have a housewarming or have a studio or have a whatever, anything with structure that's going to help build their reputation and make them look positive in the public eye. And maybe that can't happen exactly as you wanted it to because it's just going to take time for certain things to transition first. Or you don't have enough resources because you have to let go of some sort of addiction issue or just some sort of situation, a relationship partner who's just too expensive or something like that. Whatever is taking away your finances. Look at your bills, look back at your bills and look at what is taking away your money so quickly, and that's going to help you to make some better decisions, and then you'll be able to have enough to do the other things that you want to do. All right, so we go into air signs now. So Taurus, Virgo, Cap. So we're doing air now. We're going to be doing Gemini. Gemini, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. This is your motivational tarot forecast. The full moon is in your sign, which it will be on the 12th, the full moon. I actually think when I was reading, it's going to be on 12/12 at 12:12 a.m., I believe. So that's a lot of synchronicities right there. 12/12 at 12:12. Gemini's got the wheel or the world card, the wheel card. So that's that I can win energy right there. And you got card number 10, Archangel Michael. The number 10 does have to do with winning because like my dad used to listen to this AM channel, which AM channels on the radio are really like boring to be completely honest, but he listens to it. And I remember there's this thing, I think it's 10/10 wins. Maybe it's on FM, I don't remember, but he listens to AM usually. But whatever, it's besides the point. But anyways, just like I thought, Archangel Michael, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward, fortune's on your side. So maybe I read that too fast. A situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. So for Geminis right now, you're in a pretty lucky situation because you have like some karmic blessings possibly coming to you, as long as you've definitely been putting in the work, and you also can be lucky at this time. So let's see what else is going on for you, Gemini, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. So far, you got that Wheel of Fortune card. So luck is coming towards your way. Maybe you've been reprogramming your subconscious mind. All right, so you got the Lovers card. So definitely luck when it comes to partnerships, or at least confidence in the balancing of the masculine and feminine principles. So maybe you're more in tune with like your own sense of femininity if you're a male, and then masculinity if you're a female. You know, like because Gemini is funny like that. People with good Gemini, they usually have no problem with like being feminine if they're a male, and it doesn't necessarily mean they're gay or anything, like, or maybe they are, it just doesn't matter. They just are in tune with both sides. 10 of Pentacles. So it looks like the structure of the relationship is where your luck is at, or you could just be attracting a person that has a good status or reputation. You could be kind of building your status for a particular relationship partner. Like you want to kind of just be able to like get people, you know, like those people that just kind of have certain things so that they can attract certain partners. That's like pretty much what I'm saying. And then you got that 10 of Swords here, which is kind of weird, but it's a 10 card. You got 3 10s here. So it looks like you're moving away from a poor reputation, you know, from the past, or you were involved in the wrong social groups. And now you're kind of moving to a situation in which you're going to be able to build a stronger status. I'm also seeing there's a need for you to release something that doesn't have a good reputation. You have it kind of in your public eye view. So there's something that you have that's being displayed in whatever it is that you're trying to build, and it doesn't have the best reputation. It's something maybe from the past or just a social group that you could have been involved in. And like you're attracting luck in your life, but it's like the only thing that's really holding you back is possibly just your past and whatever type of reputation issues you might have had. I'm also seeing that any sort of partnerships that you may be getting into at this time, it's partnerships where the person might have had a bad situation in the past. So the best way I can explain this is think of like your typical rapper. Like I hate to be like this, but just for example purpose, like a lot of times these rappers, they were drug dealers and they might have been in prison or whatever like that. And now today they are doing well, like they're fine because they've got over that energy and they've now rebuilt themselves to have financial success. You could be getting in a relationship with one of these people and you're kind of facing a situation where they may just be coming out more with like their past. Like maybe you didn't know really much about it and now they're kind of like telling you the truth. Like, you know, I used to do this and that and I got into this situation. I don't know if you knew, like it could be something like that. And you could be coming out with these things maybe instead, but it's some sort of balance after that sort of insecurity type of issue that was going on. And this could be again in your partnerships. If things were being judged in a negative perspective, people try to downplay what you do, try to ruin your reputation, try to talk a little shit. It's like now you're like, ha ha, because I signed some paperwork with my partners. And whatever this partnership is, it's like, it's a good energy. It's like helping to strengthen your reputation, your public status. It's almost like getting like a good co-signer, somebody with good credit to co-sign, like, and you're good, you're good now. You know, something like that is going on. This is also going to increase your chances of gaining approvals, is to have things like a co-signer, somebody to back you up, because maybe your credit score is not that good, or maybe your reputation is not that good in a particular area. So you want to have somebody to kind of back you up at this time. Great time for that. That's Gemini. So now I'm going to be doing Libra. Libra, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. All right, this is your motivational tarot forecast. Libra. Okay, this card wants to pop out for Libra. Oh, you also got the wheel card too. So this is card number 10, Archangel Michael. Ow, this hit my funny bone. It didn't even hurt. So many ways. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So yeah, same thing, like you're in a situation where you could attract like positive circumstances in your life. So let's get the rest of that information. Spirit, what are the rest of those divine messages for the zodiac sign of Libra? This card popped out, but I'm not necessarily pulling it. It just like kind of fell out. So there could be a good financial opportunity for you possibly, or something that's going to give you like structure in your life. God damn, all right, this card popped out too. 7 of Cups. Be careful with that opportunity coming out, because it's not really as structured as you think. It's like one of those, goddamn, what's the saying, like smoky mirrors or something. I'm sorry, I'm not good with all those like sayings and stuff. I just like understand what it means. It's just like when something's unclear, like somebody's telling you that this is what it is, but it's not necessarily what it is. So you're unsure of the actual opportunity that you have. It's confusing. All right, boom. What are the rest of the divine messages for Libra? All right. So you got the Tower card here. So there could be some sort of beneficial situation coming to you with the Wheel of Fortune here, but it's like weird because it comes in and leaves quickly. Okay, I'm thinking almost like this is a metaphorical example. You get the lottery, you win. Oh shit, I gotta pay the rent. It just goes straight to the rent, so it's gone. But it's not funny, but it's just like I'm just giving an example. With the Tower card, it could just be something where I don't know, like something good is it seems to be coming to you, but it's like something about it is not structured. So it's like a weak foundation. So it could just be like a small benefit, a small progress or something like that. Let's see. Or maybe it's just not towards you. It could be that it's literally towards somebody that you know, like a friend or a relationship partner. So that's why it's kind of like a tower. It could be a blow to your ego because it's not you. The World card. So with the World card here, this could be some sort of new structure. Some sort of new structure coming in, and this could be a sudden like disruption to your ego or something like that. But it looks like it's actually beneficial to you too. It's just that it's not directly beneficial to you. 7 of Swords. So with the 7 of Swords here, it could be some sort of missing information, leaving out details, or it could be something that was misplaced that maybe you found, and maybe it's actually like expired. So that could be like the issue um, with the World card, because like this is new structural systems, new organization coming in. And with the 7 of Swords here, there's a leaving out of information. There's something that you didn't know, but it looks like it's also good news. That's really weird, to be completely honest, Libra. Like, that's weird. It's just weird. I'm also seeing that there could be a possibility somebody's returning in your life that you've liked for a long time, or that you've wanted to connect with for a long time, right? And they ain't shit. Like you actually you actually realize like this person, this situation ain't shit. And you know, I dreamed about this. Like this is something I actually wanted. This was supposed to be something good. And you actually experience it now and you're like, this ain't shit. That's what I'm kind of seeing too, possibly. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, that could be going on. It looks like it's a perfect balance. Like, to be completely honest, for Libra, it's like something good comes in, but it ain't that good, but it's still good. But it comes with some issues, and I feel like that's normal. Like, it's like one of those things where, what issues are you willing to accept? That's like the biggest things I feel like with relationships. Like, you cannot expect a perfect person. Everybody has their problems, but whose problems are you actually willing to actually deal with? And that could be just what it is. Um, Others are actually finding out that their relationship partner is not cheating. So that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. It's like you've been kind of like on the lookout or something, and you thought like somebody was cheating, you thought somebody was lying this whole time, and it comes to find out, like a blow to your ego, like they were not lying, they were not cheating on you, they were not trying to play with you in that kind of way, manipulate you or anything. It was just like a new structural system coming in. Like, they could have gotten a new job, or they could have, something was happening in their life, and they just didn't feel like telling you everything. You know, when you just don't feel like telling everybody everything, because you'd have to go like to this and that and explain all this extra crap, so you kind of leave out those details. And so now this is like a benefit for you, because you found out that like what you thought was a negative situation really turned out not to be. So that's what I'm seeing for Libra. So it's like good news for you there. So I'm going to be doing Aquarius next. This is Aquarius sun sign, Aquarius moon sign, or Aquarius rising sign. For the full moon in Gemini, it's going to be happening on December the 12th. All right, Spirit, what are those divine messages that Aquarius shall receive at this time? Aquarius. This card popped out. I'm not using it. It's the High Priestess. So working behind the scenes. Could be dealing with Scorpio or Pisces. Secret admirers, possibly. Yeah. Secret crushes, things like that. Which is actually something that's coming out at this time. Well, it's not coming out, but it's like energy that's definitely playing out at this time because of that Venus conjunct Pluto and Saturn. It's like these are like people who have crushes on people behind the scenes, because they feel a limitation, like they don't know if the feelings are reciprocated and whatnot, because maybe the person's reputation, like, or something like that, and they feel like they can't meet up to those standards. So yeah, anyways, what are the messages for Aquarius? All right. So you got the ego card, Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. So yeah, what I'm seeing is that Aquariuses are getting over only seeing things on a very superficial level, possibly, and now realizing that they don't have to look at things in that way. Like, less valuing on themselves based upon how they look or what they have, and more so maybe the intellect, being that it's Aquarius. All right, so let's get the rest of the messages here. It's card number 15, by the way. All right, Page of Pentacles. So new opportunities coming to you to start something new that's going to help build some stability in your life. Judgment card, rejudging a situation, an opportunity that came to you in the past maybe, or you have the opportunity to judge a situation. You're being judged maybe. 8 of Cups, walking away from something. So Aquariuses are in a situation in which they might have walked away from a situation in the past, or you have to walk away from a situation after some sort of misjudgment. Um, a lot of Aquariuses are getting a second chance at this time. So they're actually a little amped up because something from the past that they might have walked away from, or another person turned away from the situation, it's returning, and it's thus giving them the opportunity to take on the situation again. It could be with an earth sign individual, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. It could be younger than you, or you could be younger than them. And you're getting a second chance with the Judgment card here. Because in the past, like, you walked away, like you kind of let it go in the past with the Eight of Cups. I'm also seeing that you're walking away from a situation that you currently don't want anymore to start something new with someone else, or to start like a new program, or start a new course, or a new major, a new class, or yeah, a new study. Like, other than school, I can't really think of anything that's new that has to do with helping you build some sort of structure in your life, whether it be partnership or just solely on the basis of yourself individually. And then with this ego card here, there's a focus on letting go of possessions, having so much, like thinking that you need so much, or you need to look a certain way, or being dependent upon particular substances or possessions that are going to help you to gain things. So it looks like you're actually walking away from those, being able to let them go, and realizing that the purity of just like yourself and who you are is going to allow you to get that second chance, whether it be in a job or a relationship dynamic. Not a relationship dynamic, a relationship situation, like a relationship returning, a friendship returning, a partnership returning, a second interview. Some Aquariuses might have rejected a job position or interview, and maybe you're now going to be able to get a different interview, or there's like another chance or something for you if you like might have missed that opportunity. So past missed opportunities coming back up, definitely. Other Aquariuses, a new relationship situation coming up. I'm almost feeling like a full card vibe after being able to let go of a dependency, a limitation, a burden. It could be a person who you depend on that actually holds you back from making good decisions, because they have like a negative opinion on things all the time, and it kind of could get in the way. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. That's what I wanted to say. I thought I had something else coming in, but it kind of left me. But that's what I'm just seeing. It's like anything that was holding you back. Oh yeah, I want to mention a Fool card. So anything that was holding you back based upon limitations and boundaries, and people that were just causing you to feel like you can't do certain things, they were in the way. Like, think of like a wall or something like that. You can't move past the wall. So what do you have to do? Like, find another way around it, or you're just gonna sit there and allow the wall to block you in, or you're gonna try to bang into the wall, try to go through the wall like you Harry Potter. I don't know. My point being is that's what I mean by a boundary. Addictions and certain people and being dependent on things are like a wall. That's what they are, pretty much. So only particular type of people that are very controlling. As you release these energies, you see past the wall. It's a whole new world out here. I didn't know all this stuff was out here for me. It's like that. That's what I'm saying. You have second opportunities, things to be rejudged. So things that you walked away from in the past. But it looks like, a lot of things attached to your ego, you invested yourself a lot into it emotionally. But yeah, that's Aquarius. Cancer's next. We're on to water signs now. So Cancer, Scorpio, and then Pisces. We're starting with Cancer. This is the motivational tarot forecast for you. Cancer, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Spirit, what are those divine messages for Cancer? So I gotta go back and like look at Gemini's old readings because I'm realizing some of Gemini's messages come up for me, and it's like my moon is on the cusp. In Vedic astrology, I have a Gemini moon. In tropical astrology or Western astrology, I have a Cancer moon. But my Cancer moon is it's at 3 degrees, so it's like just making it into Cancer. To be honest, I come off more like a Gemini moon. But I feel like a Cancer moon, but I feel like a Gemini moon too. It's weird. But it makes sense being the early degree that it's in. So I don't know. Sometimes the messages I feel like do like look to see if you have like an ascendant or a sun sign at the end or the very beginning. Look at that. Like if it's in the beginning, look at the sign right before. And then if it's at the end, look at the sign right after. Because your messages could kind of taper off into those signs instead. All right, Cancer, sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign. Like I'm saying, you could use both readings is what I'm saying, not just one. Oh, snap. All right. Lucky Cancer. Now, it's not necessarily lucky or not. It's just that 2 cards flipped out aggressively, so I'm going to take them. All right, so the Moon card and the Justice card. The Moon card is card number 18. The Justice card is card number 8. Starting with the Moon card, Archangel Hanael. Important psychic insights, events behind the scene, release fears that hold you back. Justice card is Archangel Raguel. And fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. So at this time, if you've been insecure about standing up for certain things you believe in, you now have the ability to kind of express that. And maybe at this time, you're able to feel more justified in your behavior or the decisions that you make at this time without people kind of making you feel like you're crazy or something. All right, you got the Hierophant here. So you could be dealing with paperwork, bringing things into structure. Some Cancers could be getting married or divorced, or they could just be dealing with religious matters. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is a beneficial situation for you. So it looks like, if you're getting a divorce, you're going to be able to be lucky in that. So maybe like you're getting most of, what is it called? I don't know all these terms and stuff, but some people get a divorce, how like there's the person with the more money who has to pay the other person out. It could be something like that. And maybe that's what you were fearful of, maybe, if you were like a married person and you had to get a divorce now. On the other hand, I see that less because I haven't gotten like a pentacle energy here necessarily. So I don't know if it has to do with money like that. So a lot of Cancers are getting married, maybe. The King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a water sign. This could be yourself. They could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But what I'm seeing is at this time, you have a confidence or a lucky situation coming to you as it relates to your belief system and how your belief system is attracting certain people in your life. So that's where your luck is at right now, is focusing upon your philosophy, your beliefs, bringing things into structure, bringing your philosophies and your beliefs into reality, into structure, into some type of business, or at least um, preaching. So a lot of preaching energy could be coming out right now. Um, and there's a luck and a confidence towards how you feel at this time. Like, there's a lot of cancers who are very in tune with what's going on in life. Like, they're psychic. You got the moon card here confirming, the important psychic insights. You have that insight is what I'm seeing. And it's going to help bring you into a particular point in your life. It's like helping you with everything. So if you're a Cancer, don't doubt yourself, believe in yourself and your intuition, the information you're receiving, because you have this gift. You have this gift, and it took you a long time, because with the moon card, there's generally insecurities and fears associated with it until you actually realize what's going on in your life. And that's true, because a lot of times psychic people go through some rough situations. I mean, my life personally, I've been psychic my whole flipping life, and people have thought the wrong ideas about me because of it. And I had no clue that I was just actually like tapping into some shit that I shouldn't have known and I didn't know. So like a lot of my relationships have not been the best because of it, because people think I have ulterior motives because I accidentally guessed something that actually applies to their life by accident. It's like the worst, because my moon is conjunct the south node. So it's like that's like one of the tough, like it's actually a really tough placement. You can look it up. I'm not trying to be like a little crybaby. I'm a gangster at the end of the day. I'm still here. I'm tough. I'm good. But I'm just saying shit's been rough, right? So and I'm a Cancer moon, so I definitely resonate with this reading. At the end of the day, this is a good time to also go to church and maybe release some sins, just because like the Hierophant is here and you got justice here. So if you're a religious person, let's say you're Catholic, this is a good time to go to reconciliation and, do your little face-to-face, or how they have the face-to-face thing where you can tell your sins, and then you go, and there's the other thing, you can go in the room if you're too scared and you can speak in a little box or whatever. That's going to really help you to cleanse out any sort of guilt and insecurities that you have from the past. You can release that energy now and let it go to God. If you don't have time to do that, I guess just say the prayers associated with it. The prayers, they do it at home by yourself. You can do it yourself with some rosary beads and all that good stuff. So, or some mala beads, or some artless essentials. So yeah, anyways, that's what I'm seeing for Cancer right now at this time. Like, you're definitely in a good space of cleansing your energy, and you're feeling a lot more connected to your philosophy, to your beliefs. And this is going to help you to feel more balanced in your life at this time. Justice is in your favor as long as you release those insecurities. All right, so we're going on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio sun sign, Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio rising. Scorpio sun, moon, or rising sign. What are those divine messages that you shall receive at this time? Scorpio, the sign that I'm always mistaken for. Let's see. All right, Scorpios, let's see what's going on. So, first message you need to receive is the moon card. So, similar to Cancer. Card number 18, Archangel Hanael. Important psychic insights, events behind the scene, release fears that hold you back. So that's what's going on with you right now too. You're connected more so to your psychic abilities. Just be careful. Like, I'm telling you, psychic abilities be rough, because you will accidentally piss people off, because they'd be like, why they do that for? Like, it's like one of those things where somebody could be going through a bad situation, and for some reason you bring up a situation indirectly through something else, and you don't know why you said it, but it's really that you're psychic, but that person don't know that. They thinking like you know that, so that's why you said it. It's like little stuff like that. I hope I made sense. But it's deep. Like stuff like that happens all the times with Scorpios. Scorpios, y'all do it all the time because y'all in tune with people's insecurities. All right, so the first card fell out. Let's see what else, Scorpio. What are those divine messages that you need to receive? All right, so far you got here the Chariot card. So definitely heading towards victory right now. You should be motivated to use your insecurities to actually give you a spark of inspiration. And what I'm also seeing here is you got the Moon card again. So the Moon card is coming up twice in this reading, right? We got it with the Angel Oracle cards, and we also got it with the regular Rider-Waite deck. So this is prominent. And you also have two major arcanas popping up here, the Chariot and the Moon. So with that being said, your insecurities are helping you right now. Sounds weird, but trust me, I know this. This is my life. I use all my insecurities to manifest. That's what I do, literally. If somebody makes fun of me about something, I literally take what they made fun of me about and make it out of something. Like, you said you talk shit about that? Oh, really? Well, now it's a brand. Like that's literally how I operate. Like, but yeah, it's besides the point. So yeah, use that. Like use what people want to talk shit about and make it something. Perfect example is why am I aware of my flaws? I don't really care, I'm called channeling. Why don't you take her around the fall? Rambling. I stutter all the time. I said it in a song. I made fun of myself. I don't care. I know I stutter because I'm channeling. I'm talking through my subconscious. So it's like, at least I'm being real. You know I'm channeling. Shit. All right. You got yourself the Knight of Cups. So you're good. I'm telling you, Scorpio, you good. You just have to be more secure in your insecurities. So if you're fearful of things, I've said this, I think, in the last tarot forecast, like use your anxiety and stuff to help you to move forward. So this is like, it's a transmutation process too. It's not necessarily like, it's not connected to like sexual energy, like on a more superficial level, but it's the same vibration of like holding back something and like using now what you holding back and kind of just balancing it, like relaxing it and allowing you to use it in a more positive way. So if you're fearful of certain things, you know, try to talk to people that are going to uplift you. Try to be around people that are going to uplift you, or count on yourself and just like meditate and then help that to inspire you. But in general, you really don't have anything to worry about because that's what's happening to you anyway right now. Your past situations that were holding you back, that were keeping you in a state of being fearful or being worried or making you feel like you're not enough, it's now coming into a space where you're like, okay, I don't want to be at a standstill anymore. Like I understand things pretty well now and I see things in a different way now. And now I want to move in this direction and just go after that energy that you want. A lot of Scorpios having this issue in relationships. Don't be afraid of rejection. You ever realize like a lot of guys don't give a shit about being rejected, especially if you go to New York City. I don't know what it is about that atmosphere over there, but literally guys will just, they don't care. They just keep hitting on you and they know that they're going to get rejected. Now, I'm not saying being like that because that is annoying, to be completely honest, when guys are like that. But at the same time, I'm saying like maybe kind of apply that to yourself in other circumstances. Like have that kind of open mind. That's what Sagittarius energy is kind of about. Like just realizing that everything is not that serious. Like if she say no, oh whatever, that's why she got a big head. You know how Sagittarius are. Like they know they wanted that girl, but because she said no, now she got a big head. That's why you got a big head anyway. That's why you ain't got no booty or something like that. Like, you know she got a booty. Don't try to play her like that. Like, think of things like that, but don't be too harsh. Like, don't be too harsh with it when she rejects you. Or she may not even reject you. That's the thing. Like, the energy is in a space of luck anyway, because it is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is about approval. So you can find a way for things to be good, is what I'm saying, for things to work in your favor. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You could be insecure about this person. You could be insecure about the victory of this person. Or it could be the other way around. Some Scorpios could be going through illness issues, but it looks like at this time there is a recovery process. So you could be feeling a lot better right now if you have been sick or something like that. You could have a phase of feeling better. Like if you're really sick, like you're having like, what do you call it, remission perhaps, or you just have an opportunity to be cured of something, to get medicine or get help, because you're victorious in some sort of situation, because you're allowing spirit to guide you towards that way. So just make sure you're in tune with spirit. If you're really religious, go pray. I don't think you're that religious if you're watching this channel. You're probably more spiritual. So do some meditation. And try to reprogram your subconscious mind, because the moon card is connected to things from the past that might have not been in your best favor, that could be kind of holding you back because of insecurities. And that's what I'm seeing right now at this time for Scorpios. Healing from past insecurities involving love and rejection, or being uncertain about partners, like their health. Oh shoot, wait. There's Pisces, right? I thought I was done, yo. How am I gonna forget about my own sign? So yeah, that's what Scorpios are going through. Like maybe in the past you dated somebody who was sick or something like that. Like you didn't know that they were sick. You didn't know they was crazy, or you didn't know how well their health was or something like that. And so now you kind of like scared about people. Like you want to know everything about them. It could be that too. And now you have the opportunity to release that energy. You know what I'm saying? And stop looking for just the negative things in people only. All right, so Pisces is next. Pisces sun sign, Pisces moon sign, and Pisces rising sign for this full moon in Gemini. It's going to be happening on December the 12th. What are those divine messages that Pisces shall receive? All right, so this card popped out here. So Pisces got the wheel card. So that's Archangel Michael. Card number 10. It reads, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So there could just be a situation where you have like karmic blessings based upon things you've done in the past. So a lot of times this can go in either direction. It just depends on what you've done. All right, let's see what else. What are the rest of those divine messages for the zodiac sign Pisces at this time? What are the rest of those divine messages that Pisces shall receive? All right. So Pisces got the 3 of Pentacles. So there could be some benefits towards collaboration. So it's great to work with others at this time, to collaborate and connect in some way on a more small scale. So this is just like small collaborations. The moon card. So there could be either psychic connection, so connecting with others that are also psychic, or also in a similar circumstance of insecurity, perhaps. Or these partnerships are going to help you to kind of, get over insecurities. So whatever you don't have, the other partner has. Hierophant. This could be a religious leader, or there could be some sort of documents being signed. So let's say you've been working with a few people for a little while now, and now you're ready to sign paperwork, or somebody within that group or that partnership, they want to make sure that you're real. Like they want to see this type of stuff in structure and form and within some sort of company trademark, or like some sort of paperwork signed. So maybe a LLC. On the other hand, in relationships, it looks like if you were seeing maybe more than one person, you're ready to settle down in a 3-partner relationship, or to settle down in a 2-partner relationship. So you realize you don't really want to be with one person, and you see where you're karmically blessed with another person. I'm seeing a lot of Pisces are being karmically guided towards collaborations at work that are going to help them to like they may be working with somebody who is a religious like figure, or someone who's like, it could be a Taurus, to be honest, because like a lot of times Hierophant is connected to Taurus, but I also say sometimes it could be Sagittarius. But it's somebody who just has a lot of control over whatever field you're in. So let's say that you're in like computers and stuff or something like that, and like Bill Gates want to work with you or something. Like that's extreme, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. At the same time, you could be hired at a company like this. So like you could get hired at Microsoft or something because you know so much about computers. That's the best way I can explain it. But why is this moon card here? And you know what? This moon card showed up for many readings. So you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of doing this because I'm a Pisces and I want to know. But you know what? The moon card showed up about 4 times. So I'm going to clarify it for everybody. I want to know, what is these insecurities coming up? I think it's insecurities regarding authority figures, for like people's philosophies, and like, people just don't want to be following false prophets right now. All right, so we got the sun. What the hell? Yo, how did that happen? How did moon card and sun card come out? So yeah, the sun card came out when I tried to clarify the moon card. I did clarify the moon card. So it's weird. Yo, it's like exactly what I said. Like, you could actually make light of your insecurities. Like, maybe that's going to become a philosophy. Like, maybe it's like a thing. I mean, that's what I call artless. Like, because it's just like simple. It's just you. It's natural. It's pure. Like, it's not where you're trying to make things like extra perfect. Sometimes there's a need for us to do that because we can get a little bit too free, with Sagittarius energy, but Jupiter's in Capricorn now, so things are becoming more structured. And yeah, there's those limitations. Besides the point, I'm saying that behind insecurities are light energy. There's vitality. There's that energy of when we were just like a child and we're able to freely express ourselves and entertain others through that. Somehow we became insecure about this, but really it's light behind it. Like, it's all light. It's where all the potent energy is at. So all that energy is now coming more to the surface for us to utilize. We can utilize it. So that's what transforming Scorpio energy is about, the 8th house. You can use all those negative energies and stuff to build you and make you a stronger person, to give you power. So that's what I'm seeing pretty much for Pisces at this time. I hope this was a helpful forecast. And pretty sure I did all the signs. Yep. I always get afraid like I'm gonna end this and it's like I didn't do a sign or something. If that happens, I'll end up doing it and probably writing it out or something like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I want to say for this forecast in particular. Like I said, the full moon is going to be on the 9th, not the 19th. It's going to be in 19 degrees on December the 12th. And I'm sure like Leo King or something like that did a forecast on this already, or I should say a forecast. Like he goes really in depth about that stuff. So, and I don't know if the People's Healer is good for like, he knows the energies for if you want to know more about yourself and stuff like that. Not saying that Leo King doesn't know about it. I just see what people do, like what they're good at, what their preferences are. Me, like I know how to do tarot. I know how to do astrology. I know how to do random topics too. I'm sure other people do too. But my preference is like right now I'm focusing more on building structure in my music, and also like I like doing the tarot, and I may add a little bit of astrology stuff in it because at the end of the day, my mind already works with astrology because I've been like so focused in it for a couple of years now. Like it's been like my life. So it's almost like my first language is almost like my brain thinks in astrology and I have to translate out to like everyday language. So, which is weird, but it happens. So anyways, I just mentioned that just because, just to let people know. And then psychology is like my main thing too that I like to talk about too. So I try to just connect all of it together. But when it comes to, you know, astrology specifically, I say like go for the people who are really, really like about that in terms of trend. Like I'm not gonna sit here and read the transits. I'm sorry, I don't have a patience for that. So I'm not doing like I'm more of like a connect with the energy just by how I feel. And a lot of astrologers do that too. It's just that I don't have all the tools and stuff. Like Leo King, he pulls it up on his goddamn iPad, and then everybody can say, I don't know how to do that, and I'm not trying to learn how to do that either. But it's cool. That's why I'll watch him, because he pulls it up and I can see like, oh, these are transits. But yeah, so anyways, just mentioning that. And when it comes to the People's Healer, I watched like all his things about astrology and the different zodiac signs and stuff. And it's interesting to see people's different perspectives. A couple years back, I listened to people's different perspectives too on that. And, you know, I have a select few favorites. The Peace Dealer was one of my favorites. I don't mean to say was, but I don't think he does like those individual zodiac videos anymore, but he has them from the past. So I don't know. I'm just mentioning it because I'm just saying, like, I don't know why I'm rambling right now, y'all. I swear to you, like, I just felt a need to mention it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just showing love to everybody right now. Like, you know, I'm showing love to everybody. So that's what it is. Like, maybe my heart's opening up. Maybe not. No, it is. My heart's always been open. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this. So thank you for watching. I hope this was insightful. I hope you feel abundance. I hope your heart is filled with love. All the Grinches, you know, the Grinch people out there, I hope your heart is expanding at this time. Don't allow those restrictions to hold you back. Feel the love. Feel the love. I'm tuning out. Thank you for watching. Peace.